Sheen. He's been everywhere for the last 3 days, literally speaking what he calls his truth everywhere he can. But for all the outbursts, the 911 calls, and the tabloid headlines, we've never heard as completely from the man as now. The question, what is going on inside the head of Charlie Sheen?
ABC's Andrea Canning was the first to sit down with him this past Saturday morning. There with him as our cameras started rolling at 5:30 in the morning, and he sweated through an intense morning workout. And at the end of our shooting, we wondered, as you no doubt will, what did we just witness? And what will happen next to Charlie Sheen and his family?
He's a true Hollywood rebel.
Sheen pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor.
Who's always kept his out of control.
Wild party at Charlie Sheen's Beverly Hills estate.
On the very edge of in control.
I'm in a much better place these days.
At least until now.
I got magic and I got poetry at my fingertips, and and this is, this includes naps.
A series of rambling radio appearances in the last 2 weeks.
I'm an F-18, bro, and I will destroy you in the air, and I will deploy my ordnance to the ground.
Coming in the wake of drug and alcohol-fueled scandals with porn stars and allegations of violence, have left many wondering if Sheen has finally lost it.
Overnight, gas prices went up 6.5 cents, and overnight on CBS programming went down 2.5 men. 2.5 men.
And caused CBS to at least temporarily pull the plug on his hit series. So Sheen took 2020 inside his very private world for a look at what no one else has been able to see, and gave us a first glimpse inside his own mind.
All these radio rants have people thinking Charlie Sheen has got to be on drugs again.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen. It's not available because if you try it once, you will die. Your face will melt off and your children will weep over your exploded body. Too much. So it's just I woke up and decided, I've been kicked around, I've been criticized, I've been like the aw shucks guy with like this bitch in rock star life, and I'm just finally gonna completely embrace it, wrap both arms around it, and love it violently, and defend it violently through violent hatred.
Are you on anything right now? Are you on any drugs right now?
It seemed a fair question under the circumstances. The slightly hyper demeanor, the non sequiturs.
You're dealing with a Vatican assassin. Sorry. What does that mean, you're wondering? Whatever, it's just a joke. People take everything so literally. How about I tell them I'm a high priest, Vatican assassin warlock. I'm Hitler, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
And what does that mean?
I don't know.
Where do these words come from, Charlie?
All those words just sound cool together. It comes from my grand wizard master. I don't know, man. Stuff just comes out, and it's entertaining, and it's fun, and it sounds different than all the other garbage people are spewing,
When was the last time you used?
I do not remember.
A week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Maybe a month
2 days ago?
6 weeks. I don't know.
Are you willing to take a drug test?
Sure, you got a cup. I got nothing to hide.
In fact, right after our interview, he took that test and passed. But is it that easy to give up the role he's played for so long?
People always compare you, the person, to your character on 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
I got $2,000 in my pocket that's itching to turn into $12 and a hangover.
if the true story was ever told, of course, it would have to be on cable.
Some of that true story, of course, has been on display on the front page of every tabloid. But public opinion on Sheen still seems high.
You might think that with all the stories about drugs and porn stars and God knows what else, his show would suffer, but 2.5 Men was the most watched show on television last night. And it was a rerun, too.
Almost as high, perhaps, as his own opinion of himself.
You have millions of fans.
I have billions of fans.
Billions of fans.
Sorry.
Why do you think people love you so much?
Because I'm honest, and I think the honesty not only shines through in my work, but also in my personal life. Part of that code is apologizing when you're wrong and just owning it, and not like getting into the quagmire of stupidity behind it, but just looking at what you did, own your part, dismiss it and move forward.
Are you apologizing for anything right now?
Oh wow, God, wow! I kind of set that one up nicely, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm really upset about how something was interpreted that I feel terrible about. So I think we should just clear the air on that. They've been like suddenly labeling me an anti-Semite.
On one of those radio interviews last week, Sheen launched into an attack on 2.5 Men creator Chuck Lorre.
It's nothing this side of deplorable that a certain Chaim Levine, yeah, that's Chuck's real name, mistook this rock star for his own selfish exit strategy, bro.
He goes by the name Chuck Lorre. His real name is Charles Levine, but you chose to call him Chaim Levine. You took the Hebrew version, which I think people were wondering, why would he do that?
I read it off a vanity card and said it as a joke. I don't know. I didn't make a big deal about it.
Sheen says he saw the name on one of the title cards Lorre inserts at the end of each episode of the show and was simply trying to be funny.
Are you anti-Semitic?
Yeah, no, I'm not. Why would I be? I mean, based on what? No, that's a mindset that I would never entertain.
One message you put out there definitely didn't sit well with people, that using crack or cocaine socially is okay as long as you can handle it.
So come on.
I said, stay away from the crack, which I think is pretty good advice, unless you can manage it socially, Dan.
Was that a joke, or were you being serious?
Think? You're a smart lady.
You tell me.
Yeah, it was a joke. Yes, because it's so absurd. But when you got a highly evolved brain and you're trying to like roll out your humor, you can't. I guess that's on me.
Behind the tough humor, a vulnerability.
Some of it's on me because I was people pleasing for too long, and when you're people pleasing, your soul is dead. Because at the end of the day, you're left with yourself, and you think, God, I didn't take care of myself. Again.
But Sheen says his Hollywood supporters have his back.
Have you had any celebrities reach out to you to try and help you?
Yeah, like radical people like Sean Penn and Mel Gibson and Colin Farrell and Pete Rose. And
who gave you the best piece of advice out of your celebrity friends who have called you?
They didn't give me any advice, and within that, there's great advice. It was just love. It was just just seeing what's up.
However, Sheen's father was clearly worried last week when he spoke on British TV.
If he had cancer, how would we treat him, The disease of addiction is a form of cancer.
Can I ask you about the comments that your father, Martin, made?
Nah, I'm not interested in any of that. Nah. Comparing what?
Comparing your issues to cancer.
Yeah, no, he has no right to do that, and that's judgment, and I have no interest in that. I don't care if he's my dad or the guy down the street or someone that fell out of the sky. No interest in that. I don't care if he's my dad. Back off with your judgment.
But the stakes for Sheen have never been higher.
Tell me about the last time you took drugs.
Last time I took drugs, I probably took more than anybody could survive. What
are we talking about? How much?
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go.
How do you survive that?
Because I'm me. Because I'm me, I'm different. I just have a different constitution, I have a different brain, I have a different heart, I have a different, I get tiger blood, man.
But does even tiger blood prevent an OD?
You don't worry that you're going to die when you take that many drugs?
Dying's for fools, sure.
When you look back at the last time you used drugs, are you disgusted with yourself? Or do you think, how could I have done that?
I'm proud of what I've created. It was radical.
You're proud of that party moment?
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
Drugs?
No,
Why would you be?
Because I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives.
So how do you get that out
of your system? You close your eyes and you change your brain. It's not that complicated.
How can anyone believe that you will stay clean, given your track record?
I'm not interested in what people believe. I'm interested in what I believe, and I believe in the truth.
It was just over a month ago that Charlie Sheen went on a wild sex and drug binge at his home in Los Angeles. The scene was captured by TMZ.
I've never seen someone so self-destructive. I thought maybe it was almost like a suicide binge.
Casey Jordan, one of 2 porn stars at the party, said Sheen used a pipe and repeatedly smoked chunks of cocaine.
Like 2 to 5 minutes just hitting it. All I hear was light, light, light.
Sheen was later taken away on a stretcher. His then publicist, Stan Rosenfield, said the reason was abdominal pain.
We always get these statements from your publicist, allergic reactions, stomach pains.
Stan's great. Stan's beautiful. He's a beautiful man. And I just want to hug him and just rub his head. But he can't always get a hold of me.
Making stuff up?
No, he's not making stuff up. He's just trying to cover things. And
you're a tough client.
I'm an exciting client.
Maybe a little too exciting. Stan Rosenfield abruptly resigned yesterday.
You love to party.
I mean, what's not to love? Especially when you see how I partied, man. It was epic. The run I was on made Sinatra, Flynn, Jagger, Richards, all of them just look like, you know, droopy-eyed, armless children.
Now 45, Sheen's epic run started back in the 80s with the success of Platoon.
I don't think I can keep this up for a year, Grandma. I think I've made a big mistake coming here.
And Wall Street.
When does it all end, huh? How many yachts can you water ski behind? How much is enough?
He became a bona fide movie star at the age of 21. He was the next big thing. In this 1999 interview with 2020, a fresh-faced Charlie explained how the party first started.
Suddenly I was the toast of the town, and everything I'd always dreamt of, everything I'd always wanted or thought I needed was suddenly mine. You know, restaurants, bars, limos, women, drugs. It was just, bam, you know, this whole thing. The universe just said, here, man, good luck.
Are you out of your mind? Yes! Yes, I am!
Sheen continued to hit it out of the park with movies like Major League that capitalized on his off-screen image. And Sheen says his wild ride started right from birth.
I was born dead. Get on that one for a second.
What do you mean?
Yeah, umbilical cord was like floppy baby, the whole thing. Yeah, it was bad. My dad's like trying to bring Catholicism into the room, and the doctor's like, shut that Bible, get over here and do your job while I do mine. It was radical, and he just beat the hell out of me. And finally this voice emerged and said, I'm alive. Bring it, you know.
And bring it he did. Charlie was a rebel from a young age, smoking pot at 11, swiping his dad's credit card to buy a hooker, and lose his virginity at age 15. He was expelled from high school, but Hollywood success was effortless, almost too easy.
Regardless of what you've acquired or what you've achieved, if you don't feel like you deserve it, there's a party that always wants to give it back. A lot of that is about being an alcoholic.
Despite multiple visits to rehab and an intervention organized by his father, Sheen says there were times he was drinking 2 quarts of vodka and smoking large quantities of cocaine every day. And there were other bad habits, a penchant for prostitutes and porn stars. In 1995, Sheen admitted spending $53,000 on hookers at the trial of former Madam Heidi Fleiss. Just 2 years later, he pled no contest to hitting his porn star girlfriend, Brittany Ashland, and was sentenced to 2 years probation.
I feel this is very fair, and I'm grateful, and I will comply with everything that I'm being asked to do.
But nothing stopped Charlie's partying. He was getting totally out of control, and at one point during a binge, stayed awake, he says, for 7 days.
It doesn't sound human, but that's what was going on. And just something felt wrong. Body felt wrong, everything felt but really wrong. I thought I was dying.
It's 1845 Drive. He said some kind of a stroke or seizure.
Charlie had consumed dangerous amounts of cocaine and alcohol and was rushed to the hospital.
This is not an easy moment in our lives, but my son was admitted here yesterday as a result of a drug overdose.
It was a wake-up call that would last more than 5 years. And during that time, Sheen joined the hit sitcom Spin City, replacing Michael J. Fox, and fell for actress Denise Richards. They married in 2002.
You know, we're really in love with each other, and I really found the man of my dreams.
The life I have today, I couldn't have dreamed of. This life today, at some point in my journey, was unattainable. I've always been very traditional and very old-fashioned and very interested in family, in marriage, in monogamy.
Sheen sounded like a new man who was finally ready to settle down. But after the birth of the couple's second daughter, Richard's dream turned into a nightmare. She accused him of physically and verbally abusing her and filed for divorce. Oddly enough, Sheen gave marriage another try in 2008 with real estate investor Brooke Mueller. She gave birth to twin boys, and once again, Sheen looked like he had it all together, until that infamous 911 call of Christmas 2009.
You know, my husband had me with a knife, and I was scared for my life, and he threatened me.
Did you hold a knife to your ex-wife?
I did not. No, come on, that's stupid.
But Sheen did plead guilty to misdemeanor third-degree assault in exchange for prosecutors dropping more serious charges. And there was yet another incident just this past fall with porn star Capri Anderson at the Plaza Hotel in New York City. Anderson dined with Sheen and his friends, including ex-wife Denise Richards. After dinner, Sheen and Anderson went upstairs. Denise Richards and their 2 children, Lola and Sam, were in another room right across the hall.
He gets on top of me and he puts his hands around my neck. And at that point, I got really very, very nervous, started to struggle. He then very quickly gets off of me, picks up the lamp, and he throws it across the room and he smashes it. Anything he could pick up, he was trashing the place.
Are these women making this up, or is this really happening? Tell us, what really happened in that hotel room in New York City.
I can't do that right here, because that means I have to expose people, and regardless of, what tomfoolery or skullduggery they rolled in with, I can't do that. I don't roll people.
Did you try and choke Capri Anderson?
No, no. Read the police report. Let's deal with the facts. See? That's somebody's emotional stupidity, like getting in the way of the facts and the police report. Don't you think I've been in jail if I did that? Wouldn't they have photographed her neck? I mean, come on. So stupid.
Were you violent?
Not arrest. No. No, I was not.
So why did they say you were violent?
I don't know, because it was making stuff up. Look at these sad trolls. Consider the source. They're going to... And everybody takes their word over mine? Come on, it's silly. It's like silly. It's not even part of the conversation.
No charges were ever filed against Sheen in connection with the case. While he won't admit to being violent that night, he does say he wasn't himself and blames the sleeping pill Ambien.
Ambien? Hello, Ambien. The devil's aspirin. Anyone? Ambien? I think that led to that thing in New York. I don't know. I know that's the one thing in the mix that was not part of my normal blend,
So you took Ambien with all the other...
Yeah, I don't do pills.
Drugs or alcohol.
I don't do benzos or, opiates or any of that crap. And I was so sleep challenged.
Sheen says he's always struggled with insomnia.
Sometimes sleep is for infants. I don't sleep.
You don't sleep?
I wait. Sorry.
How do you function if you don't sleep?
I sleep in cars, I sleep on couches, I sleep, when I can. But, when I can't sleep, I don't fight it. I just figure that there's a higher calling and something is keeping me on point that night. And
that higher calling, Sheen says, is hard for people to understand.
They can't process me because it doesn't make sense, because I'm not normal and they're normal.
Certainly unconventional, Sheen has his own philosophy of life.
Aren't you getting that I'm not interested in the past at all?
It's just part of who you are and, what's led to this place, so...
Yeah, kind of, but that's another paradigm I'd like to smash. Oh, I'm the sum total of all my experiences. BS, man. You're the sum total of what's going on right now.
Next, inside the mansion the public hasn't seen until now. The workouts, the children, and the goddesses who live there with them.
These are my girlfriends.
Do you want to marry Charlie?
I would love to marry Charlie.
When we
to begin what he calls his daily descent into death.
How are you guys? Okay. Yes, I drink water through my eyes.
Today, at least, there are no signs of an all-night bender. For a man many believe is strung out, the workout is vigorous and unrelenting.
I'm coming for you, Warner Brothers. Let me just catch my breath first. I'm a peaceful man with bad intentions.
Only his hidden vault of cigars hints at a less than healthy lifestyle.
Who's gonna look in the gym for the magic cigar? Cool, they're there if you need one.
What gets you up in the morning? What makes you want to embrace the day and stay clean and enjoy your life?
Hello. My family, my beautiful, perfect, lovely family. That it's just pure magic. And I keep looking around and going, wow, not only do I deserve this, but it's on.
What is on is Charlie Sheen's version of the modern family. 3 times divorced with 5 children, Sheen now lives with Natalie Kenley, 24, seen here as a Marijuana Magazine cover girl, and Rachel Oberlin, 24, also known as Brie Olson, a porn star, and one of many Sheen has a shine for.
So let's party.
We win so radically in our underwear before our first cup of coffee, it's scary. People say it's lonely at the top, but I sure like the view.
Sheen calls them his goddesses, and their exploits have been fodder for print, TV, and online tabloids around the world.
They're an international sensation. These are my girlfriends. These are the women that I love that have completed the 3 parts of my heart.
Natty and Charlie have their own special connection. I have my own connection with Charlie, and then Natty and I also have our own relationship.
It seems crazy to everybody else, but for us, I mean, it works well. It's not about you.
Look at these two. Wow. Who's got it better than me? I'm just going to hang out right here.
It's no secret that you have an affinity for porn stars.
Well, I mean, wow, listen to that statement.
Why?
Well, look at what they do. Look at what I do. Duh.
You know, you say duh, but I don't get it. What is it?
It's exciting, it's fun, and you already know what you're getting before you meet them.
Because you watch them.
No, because I'm guessing right. Well, of course. What's not to watch? They're the best at what they do, and I'm the best at what I do, and together it's like, it's on. Sorry, Middle America. Yeah, I said it.
It's also well documented that Sheen often prefers to pay for the company of women.
Is it the same for prostitutes? Is it that it's good sex?
Yeah, who wants to deal with all the small talk and nonsense? And so you're paying for something that eliminates that. And I don't know, it makes sense to me. As long as you're not lying to anybody. As long as you're not lying to people. I think whatever you do and there's no children involved, then you're okay. But people are going to judge it because they're so jealous and they're doing it behind closed doors. And it's like, really, dude? Really?
Do you all sleep in the same bed together?
Can I take that one? Definitely not, only because 3 is too many for a bed. Each one of us needs an inside, and there's only 2 ends on a bed, you know, but it's never an issue.
We all just land wherever we land. We try not to make rules or plans or anything like that.
Do you want to marry Charlie?
It's too soon to tell. I would love to marry Charlie.
I'm 0 for 3 with the marriage thing, so being a ball player, I believe in numbers. I'm not going 0 for 4. I'm not the marriage guy, but maybe the 3 of us will get married. I don't know. Oh, now it's a polygamy story. It's a polygamy story. I mean, come on.
Traditional relationships don't seem to work for Sheen. In 1995, he married model Donna Peel. A year later, divorce. In 2003, he married actress Denise Richards. They had 2 daughters. 3 years later, divorce. And in 2008, Sheen married real estate investor Brooke Mueller. She gave him twin boys. Last November, he gave her a divorce. Today, Sheen fancies himself as a modern Hugh Hefner inside his home he calls Silver Valley Lodge.
What goes on in Silver Valley Lodge?
All things beautiful. I don't like to say sober, that's sort of an AA thing, but it's clean. You know, there's cleansing, there's healing here, there's laughter, there's children, there's beautiful women and perfect food, and it's just, we just win.
It's not like a wild scene with jealous girls and ex-wives and all this kind of stuff. It's all very, we all love Charlie, you know?
We're just hanging out with each other, you know? There's not any partying going on. You know, we're just hanging out. We're normal people.
Normal people with a few legal blemishes. In 2006, Kenley was arrested for underage drinking. Oberlin was recently arrested in Indiana for drunk driving. The case is pending.
Is the partying over in this house?
Absolutely. We've got the kids here. You know, they take precedence over anything else. A camera.
The kids are Sheen's 2-year-old twin sons, Max and Bob. Their divorce pending, Sheen and Brooke Mueller share joint custody, with a little help from Charlie's goddesses.
Do you act as a mother figure to the twins?
I try. I love those boys. I would take a bullet for them.
Do you think the 2 of you are good influences on those twin boys?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all you can do with children is love them.
You have these beautiful, beautiful children.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about them and the things that you've been through and how it'll affect them?
I mean, I could worry about it, or I could say, hey, kids, your dad's a rock star. Look at his experiences. Look at what he survived. Bang, there are some of your lessons, but the real lessons are going to be in the future.
And what makes you a good dad?
Everything. Next question.
I mean, is there anything in particular that...
It's nobody's business, man. It's between me and my kids, you know?
I just think it just shows like a very important side of you, that you're a father, you know, these beautiful children.
No, of course I am, but it's like, geez, can I have one little part of my life that's not like TMZ'd up the butt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I deserve that, right? Let's get into some of that other stuff.
If questioning Sheen's fatherhood makes him uncomfortable, it might be because tabloids like TMZ have chronicled his drunken and violent benders, like the one last October at New York's Plaza Hotel, his young daughters sleeping in a nearby room.
Do you think it ever gets a little too close, for example, in the New York City hotel room with the girls across the hall and your night of partying?
I don't know, you don't really think about that in the middle of it, and then people remind you of it, and you're like, oh, shame, oops, move on. What are you gonna do? Like, go change it? Go move their room? Can I go back in time and move their room? No.
You actually feel bad about that happening, though, that night
Well,
with the girls?
Yeah. And again, I'm the guy that apologizes for the things I've done that I believe to be wrong, and then I move forward.
How has Denise been through those episodes, and how has she reacted?
Awesome. Top gun, rock star. Awesome.
Did the two of you sit down with your daughters and talk about this at all?
No, that's kind of lame. Here's what's going on.
They're getting older. Do they understand what's going on?
I don't know. I don't see them enough to have that influence, but that was yesterday. Today could be different. I don't know. They'll wake up one day and realize how cool Dad is, and, he signs all the checks on the front, not the back, and that, we need him, and we need his wisdom and his bitchedness.
One might question that wisdom and example Sheen sets for his children. Last January, Sheen again was rushed to the hospital after a wild night of partying at his mansion.
What really went on in this house that night?
A lot of mayhem.
Are you helping him stay clean?
We don't need help staying clean. It's not even a part of our lives anymore.
There's a ton of laughter in this house. There's a ton of love in this house. There's a ton of nobility in this house.
Are there any drugs in this house?
If there
Put that down for a second.
If there are, you better find them and give them to me immediately. No, they're not.
No drugs in the house right now?
Not that I know about. If I know about them, I'll find them and throw them away. It's not a big deal. Ooh, drugs in the house. We're all gonna die.
Did you have to do a sweep when you were focused to get rid of everything?
There's a trillion places for a million things to hide.
You make beautiful children.
Thank you. Thank you.
And with his large extended family of ex-wives, children, and goddesses, Sheen, if he's serious, has plenty of help to clean house.
When we come back, as a beloved show shuts down.
Are you going to sue?
Well, wouldn't you?
What are you going to sue for?
Tons.
More of Charlie Sheen in his own words.